Hey guys, Dzień Dobry. Welcome back to Poland ka Safar. My name is Riju. This is the second video in the driving license series. In the previous video, we discussed how to obtain a Polish driving license, how do we exchange our Indian driving license to get a Polish driving license. In the second video, let's cover all the documentation required and how do you arrange for all the documentation. So watch the video till the end for full information, and also we will share our tips and tricks in obtaining the driving license video. So let's get started. Actually, the first step in this process is to obtain a driving license confirmation letter from Indian embassy or the embassy of your home country. This is the letter which is given by embassy, which contains all your personal details like your name, date of birth, and very importantly your driving license number. It's a formal letter which is given in the embassy letterhead by the seal and sign of the embassy officer. So how do you get the letter? You need to write Firstly, you need to write an email to the Indian embassy to this mail ID seeking an appointment. Then the embassy will reply you in few days, giving you the appointment date, the documentation required, and also the fees involved. Then once you get the appointment date, you need to head to the embassy with the documentation required. In our case, we paid the fee of 120 zlotys. Issuing the letter from the embassy is the process of only one day, but getting an appointment from the embassy might take few weeks or days. Now, after getting the confirmation letter from the embassy, the next step is translation. And you need to translate two documents. One is the letter from the embassy itself, and the second one is your home driving license. Now, if you don't know any translator, there is an official website where you can approach a sworn translator in order to get your documents translated. You can find them by address, email ID, and you can approach to them directly. So the website link, I will put it in the description box, you can check it. Usually the charges are around 60 to 80 zlotys per page. The remaining documents are your PESEL letter, address registration document, and you also need 2 passport size photos. It's also good to have the copies of your passport, your visa, your DL, and also TRC or your blue card. Now this is all the documentation you will need. The next step will be to approach a district office near you. It's the same office where you got your PESEL number done. You can go to the district office and ask for the driving license application form. In Polish it is called as prawo jazdy. We suggest you to take a Polish colleague or Polish friend along, because the form will be provided in Polish, and sometimes there might be confusion of filling up the forms. So if you have a Polish friend with you, he or she can help you in filling up the form, and the process will become more easier. Now, the important thing to note here is that the expiry date of your Polish driving license will be same as that of your Indian driving license or your home country driving license. Now, supposingly you want to extend a longer, you want the validity of your driving license to be for a longer time, you need to submit a medical clearance certificate also. In our case, we didn't have, we had a 7 years more for the license to expire, so we didn't do that. While filling out the application form, you need to select what category of driving license you're applying for. Bike is type A and car is type B. You can apply for both together if you want, but only if you have the same in your home driving license. It's good to know that when you're applying for your car driving license, you're also getting a small moped driving license. After filling up the form, you need to submit the form along with the documents and pay a fee of 100.5 zlotys. After getting a payment receipt, you can go back home and wait for the SMS which will give you a PKK number. Now, PKK number is just a 20-digit number, and it has a barcode which is essential for applying for your driving license theory test. Usually you will get the PKK number within 2 to 3 weeks after you submit your application. During this time, the Polish officer will contact the Indian embassy and confirm your details once again. So the time taken will depend on the Indian embassy responsiveness to the Polish officers. Now, once you get your PKK number, you can log into this website, and using your PKK number, you can register yourself for a theory test. You have to pay 50 zlotys for one attempt of your theory test. It is a complete online test, and if you fail in the first attempt, you need to again reattempt. For that, you need to pay fees again. So these are the documentation which is required for the DL. In the next video, we will see what is this theory exam, how will it be, and how do we prepare for it. So stay tuned. I will see you in the next video. Dziękuję. Do widzenia. Why did you distract me?